Hello guys, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So yeah, my name is Muhammad Yunus Fadullah. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Muhammad Yunus Fadullah. So today we are gonna learn about poetry in language literature. So have you guys heard about poetry? No. Okay. What is poetry? So, poetry is the art of using language to express ideas, emotion, and experience in concise, evocative, and often rhythmic way. Poetry transcends the boundaries of literal meaning, inviting the reader to explore deeper layers of significance. That is poetry. So, history of poetry. So, this we have 5 ages of the history of poetry. So the first of or yang pertama kali memperkenalkan poetry in the Asian civilization. So poetry flourished in early cultures like ancient Greece, Rome, and China. And the second ages is Middle Age. The rise of religious poetry and epic poems like Beowulf and the Odysseys. And the next ages is Renaissance. So a golden age of poetry with sonnet, odes, and lyrical masterpiece. And the fourth ages is Romanticism. So the Romantic poets revolution the genres with the emphasis on emotion and nature. So the fifth is now age, the 20th century is modern era. So the 20th century saw the birth of free verse, imagism, and experimental poetry. So poetry has a rich and diverse history spanning thousands of years across culture, from the epic tales of Asian civilization to the lyrical outpourings of the Romantic era. The art of verse has evolved dramatically over time, reflecting the changes types of human experiences and artistic experience. So this is the types of poetry. So we have 4 types of poetry. The first, lyric poetry. What is lyric poetry? So lyric poetry expresses the personal thoughts and feelings of the poet. It often has a musical quality and focuses on a single speaker's perspective. The next is narrative poetry. So narrative poetry tells a story with a beginning, middle, and end. It may focus on historical event, legend, or fictional tales. The next is dramatic poetry. Dramatic poetry is written from the perspective of a character and often feature dialogue. It aims to convey a sense of speaker addressing an audience. So the last types of poetry is epic poetry. Epic poetry recounts the adventures of heroic figures and explores themes of honor, courage, and the human condition on a grand scale. So that's the type of poetry. So this is we have the element of poetry. The element of poetry is elements that have in the poetry. The first element is rhythm. So in poetry, we have to have rhythm like the beat, the meter, and the cadence that give a poem its distinctive sound and pattern. So the next element is imagery. So the use of vivid description that appeal to the sense and evoke mental picture in the reader's mind, in the writer's mind. So the next is figurative language, like metaphors, similes, and other literary devices to add deep the meaning of the poem. And the next also we have the element is emotion. The feeling and moods of poems aims to evoke the reader from joy and sorrow to wonder and contemplation. So the next is poetic device in the poetry. The first we have metaphor. So using figurative language to describe one thing in the term to another revealing hidden similes. The next is rhyme. the repetition of similar sounds and the ends of lines, creating a musical quality. The next is imagery. So vivid description that engage the sense, painting a picture in the reader's mind. So the next poetic device are, and the last is alliteration. So the repetition of the same sound at the beginning of the word, and the last, I think, adding rhythm and emphasis. Next, so this is the famous poets and their works. So William Shakespeare, yes, that I know him, William Shakespeare. So the famous poems is Romeo and Juliet and Hamlet that influence literature and theater. So Maya Angelou, oh, she's an African American poet like civil rights activism. So the famous poems of Maya Angelou is Phenomenal Woman to celebrate identity and social justice. So we have Emily Dickinson and Pablo Neruda. So the fourth of this figure is the famous poets in that we have right now. So the next is the impact of poetry on culture. So what is the impact of poetry in the culture? So first is preserving tradition. Poetry has long been a medium of preserving cultural traditions, histories, and stories across generations. Poetic words capture the essence of a people and their way of life. The next is inspiring social change. So powerful poems have the ability to challenge societal norms, give voice of the marginalized, and inspire movements of social justice and reform. So the last impact of poetry in culture is fostering emotional connection. So poetry has a unique way of tapping into the human experience, evoking emotion and helping people connect on a deeper level with themselves and their community. Next, I'm sorry for the noise. So next is how to write poetry. So the first, you have to find inspiration. Without inspiration, you not have to have the time from the poetry. So find inspiration. The first step to write the poetry. Observe the world around you. Reflect on your experience and tap into your emotion and find inspiration for your poetry. So the next step to how to write poetry is experiment with form. So try different poetic structure like rhyme, free verse, haiku, or sonnet to discover the style that best suit of your voice. Like the best suite, the structure the best for your uh, poem or poetry. The next step is use poetic device. Leverage techniques like metaphor, imagery, alliteration, and rhythm to make your poetry more impactful and engaging. So the last, or I think the next steps is revise and edit. So polish your poems by refining the language, triggering the structure, and ensuring every word serves an overall message. So the next is the benefits of reading poetry. So many benefits of reading poetry. So we have four benefits here. The first is emotional enrichment. So poetry has the power to evoke this emotion, helping readers explore their inner lives and gain a better understanding of the human experience. So the next is improve language skills. So reading poetry enhances one vocabulary and improves the ability to express thought and feelings with precision and nonsense. And the third is expanded perspective. So immersing oneself in poetry exposes readers to diverse viewpoints, culture, and lived experiences, so broadening their understanding of the world. So the last benefits, I'm sorry, the last benefits we have is stress relief. The rhythmic and the lyrical nature of poetry can have a calming effect, providing a respite from the stress of daily life. So the next is conclusion and call to action or conclusion. In conclusion, poetry has the power to inspire, evoke emotion, and expand our perspective. Let us embrace the beauty and wisdom found within the written world and continue to explore the rich tapestry, the poetic. So this is the example of poetry. The title of this poetry is Word. So how is it to your know your word? Does someone tells you so? Is there someone score of formula? Or does someone let you know? Do you often wonder if you are good enough? Will you have what it takes to succeed when times are down? There is no external validation. It only lives inside. It does inner knowing that just show through a sprite. When in doubt, don't worry. You will see the truth revealed. Your word will be a friend like a treasure chest unsealed. That's the example of poetry in the title word. So I think that's all for me. Thank you everyone to listen my presentation. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.